Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, December 31st, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 576 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Delta passenger attacks Los Angeles airport officer after being denied boarding, authorities say. A tense exchange highlights unsettled part of Tutu's legacy. Absolutely devastating, wind-driven Colorado wildfires burn hundreds of homes near Boulder. Parents selling children shows desperation of Afghanistan. The Los Angeles Police Department police officer who fatally shot a 14-year-old girl and an assault suspect has been named by department. State debt warns Americans traveling abroad to make contingency plans. Chesterfield police look for woman allegedly abusing her infant on social media. InfoWars host Alex Jones slammed Trump's social media network and called him pathetic for supporting the COVID-19 vaccine. California's new composting law starts January 1st. How to recycle your food scraps. Miranda had her first queer sex scene on And Just Like That, and it might be the most uncomfortable sex scene in the franchise's history. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Retired general warns the U.S. military could lead a coup after the 2024 election, NPR. Tens of thousands flee as Colorado fires burn hundreds of homes, Al Jazeera English. Gloomy New Year for many as COVID-19 crashes the party again, Reuters. Omicron surge is unlike anything we've ever seen, expert says, CNN. South Africa lifts curfew as it says COVID-19 fourth wave peaks, Reuters. Cobra Kai Season 4 ending explained as Karate Kid 3 Faye returns, digitalspy.com. California's new COVID quarantine and isolation guidelines are stricter than CDC's, Deadline. Worker attacked by tiger at Florida Zoo could face charges, officials say, NBC News. Oil heads for biggest annual gain since 2009, Fox Business. 2021 Music City Bowl, Purdue 48, Tennessee 45 and tweets, Hammer and Rails. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Ghislaine Maxwell verdict bodes ill for Prince Andrew's civil case. New Year's Eve muted by Omicron, many hoping for better 2022. CDC warns against cruises, regardless of vaccination status. Woman tests positive for COVID, quarantines in airplane bathroom for 5 hours. Colorado wildfires destroy hundreds of homes, force 30,000 to evacuate. Twitter users respond to CDC's new COVID guidelines with hilarious meme. Tracy Ellis Ross keeps joy alive with end-of-year dance compilation. Mick Jagger gets satisfaction out of his incognito Instagram posts. New York jury holds drug maker Teva liable in opioid crisis. Biden, Putin hold call as tensions mount over Ukraine crisis. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Trench collapse investigated after man dies. Julian Edelman reveals beef with Tom Brady. Juror in Kim Potter trial opens up. Winter Classic could be coldest NHL game ever. Beloved bakery to close. 15-year-old track athlete was shot to death. Business owner asks for support after she was shot. Mosque welcomes students to meet a Muslim. High school boys choir prepares to sing in front of thousands. Mayor dispels school closure rumors. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. COVID wave dampens New Year celebrations worldwide. Tens of thousands flee as Colorado wildfires burn at least 500 homes. Snow closed the highways, GPS mapped a harrowing detour in the Sierra Nevada. Behind the violence at Rikers, decades of mismanagement and dysfunction. Amy Schneider wins the most consecutive Jeopardy! Games of any female contestant. Fed's moves in 2022 could end the stock market's pandemic run. The son of New York who runs the South's most envied sports league. What we learned about the economy in 2021. De Blasio's costly legacy, the biggest city workforce ever. Why Supreme Court justices need term limits. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Texas professor claims Madden NFL games dehumanized black athletes. Bias by omission, 10 major controversies the media avoided covering or downplayed in 2021. Does dry January actually improve your health? Republicans can win big in 2022. Cheney, Kinzinger must not be allowed to help Pelosi defeat the GOP. Colorado fires, at least 580 homes destroyed, more than 30,000 evacuated. Michigan's Oxford schools to require clear backpacks after deadly shooting. Georgia HS quarterback did not die from complications after surgery, dad says. Ohio dad fatally shoots daughter, 16, mistook her for intruder, police. Katharine McPhee's bikini photo critics fended off by her stepdaughters Erin and Sarah Foster. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, December 31st. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Model, 24, is filmed calling an Asian club doorman a little tacky FK. London's teenage murder toll hits shameful record high as boy, 16, is stabbed to death in Hillingdon. World sees in the new year despite COVID restrictions as party spirit overcomes Omicron concerns. Firefighter sues bosses after they refuse to let him go part-time to build hobbit homes. Experts warn dishing out fourth jabs in spring may be pointless. Up to 9.5 million eligible over 18s in England have still yet to get top-up vaccine. Furious Polish chess master falls off his chair after blunder costs him match, video. COVID testing shortage could have a devastating impact on patient care, doctors warn. Brits are moving on from big New Year's bashes in favor of intimate dinner parties. University lecturer accuses magnet of acting like cowboys. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. South Koreans counting down to first legal drink at midnight on New Year's foiled by coronavirus curfew. Media reps say 45 reporters, staffers died at work in 2021. Israel, Palestinian shot, wounded during alleged stabbing. UN Food Agency halts work in North Darfur, affects 2 million. Nothing said Cairo quite like the ever-present water pipe, until Egypt banned them to fight COVID. A moral giant, South Africans pay their respects to Tutu. Omicron has passed peak in South Africa, causing relatively few deaths and hospitalizations, authorities say. Johnson & Johnson booster slashed hospitalizations during Omicron wave by 85%, South Africa study suggests. A new coronavirus vaccine heading to India was developed by a small team in Texas. It expects nothing in return. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. New Year's Eve 2021, celebrations around the world amid concern over COVID, live updates. Global markets end 2021 near record highs, oil heads for biggest jump since 2009, business live. COVID News Live, South Africa says fourth wave has peaked, UK doing incomparably better this year, says Johnson. An Afghan refugee commuted hours for his Uber job, then he was shot in his car. I thought I was broken. When wildland firefighters head home, trauma takes hold. From horses in hospitals to education in Nepal, 2021 in pictures. Penelope Lively, Beatrix Potter seemed so exotic, unlike my world of palm trees. Experience, I was born in a different millennium to my twin. Floods, fires, freezes, how 2021 made Joe Biden a climate crisis president. Amy Schumer, if you can just keep your families speaking to each other, that's a win. Sometimes it's not doable. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Las Vegas memorial service for Harry Reid set for January 8. Revelers await return to New York City's Times Square to usher in 2022. What's next for Ghislaine Maxwell after guilty verdict? Hundreds of homes lost amid fast-spreading fires. Truck driver's sentence lowered from 110 years to 10 after outcry. Southern storms damage homes, buildings, power lines. Judge sides with law enforcement in pipeline protest suit. Authorities, guardians killed Alaska boy after mom's death. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Omicron, third wave looms as India COVID cases spike. Xi'an, cries for help and food in quarantine Chinese city. Colorado wildfires, news crew escapes fast-spreading flames. The Corazal, Scottish dredger that helped build the Panama Canal. Bangladesh, women-only beach scrapped after social media outcry. Colorado wildfires, tens of thousands evacuated as blazes spread. South Africa says Omicron wave may have peaked. Year in Tech, the stories making headlines in 2021. Ukraine tensions, Putin tells Biden new sanctions could rupture ties. Cape Verde, drone delivers medical supplies to remote islands. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Wild weather, tornadoes, heavy snow, frigid cold, record heat, will end 2021 and begin 2022. U.S. passes 2M cases in 1 week for first time during pandemic. South Africa study finds Omicron less severe. Latest COVID-19 updates. COVID-19 has taken many children's parents. Their relative caregivers face host of hurdles. On this day, December 31, 1907. Mandy Moore braces for farewell to This Is Us. Wildfires near Denver force thousands to evacuate, vehicles and buildings burned. Los Angeles Union Station gets flooded by record rainfall. Hundreds of homes destroyed in Colorado wildfires. Colorado Governor Jared Polis cuts truck driver's sentence from 110 to 10 years for fatal 2019 crash. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Kaiser Permanente pulls frontline medical staff from Rose Parade as coronavirus cases surge. Newsom declares storm-related state of emergency in 20 counties, including LA. Pretty scary, camper describes evacuation from flooded Malibu campground. Coronavirus wave slams California as LA County reports 20,000 new cases. A plan to offer COVID-19 survivor benefits could pave the way for California baby bonds. California ends year with heavy snow, but officials say the drought is far from over. Smash and grabs and follow home robberies captivated LA. The real story was complicated. Winter storm in Southern California, road closures, evacuations. Omicron spread through one family shows variants frightening speed. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, December 31st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Thousands of coma patients may be conscious but we're ignoring them, says pioneering neuroscientist. Baby has new lease of life after being given world's most expensive drug costing 1.79 meters, paid for by the NHS. Tesla recalls nearly 500,000 cars over problem increasing crash risk. Austria's former Chancellor Sebastian Kurz to work for Thiel Capital. Kurz will work as a global strategist at the California-based venture capitalist firm after resigning amid graft allegations. The former chancellor is under investigation for suspected bribery and breach of trust. Quebec reintroduces 10 p.m. curfew as infection rates skyrocket. Myanmar military massacres people, burns villages. Jamal Khashoggi killers living in luxury villas in Riyadh, say witnesses. Paraguay now produces 100% renewable electric energy. Pakistan buys 25 China-made J-10C fighter jets in response to India's Rafale. Estonia planning artillery, missile system supply to Ukrainian armed forces. Support for marijuana legalization in Australia nearly doubles in 6 years. Germany to shut down 3 of its 6 remaining nuclear power plants. Jamal Khashoggi killers living in luxury villas in Riyadh, say witnesses. Russia on Thursday declared Nadezhda Tolokhanikova, a founding member of the Pussy Riot band, and prominent satirist Viktor Shenderovich foreign agents as authorities press ahead with a crackdown on dissent. Russia's excess deaths toll hits 930K. Russia recorded more than 115,000 excess deaths during November 2021 according to official statistics published Thursday, a new record high since the start of the pandemic. The next headlines are from Forbes. Booming electric car sales in Europe may soon face a reality check. The challenges posed by rising lithium prices. Foreign investment into Saudi Arabia falls back to earth. 10 data-friendly champagne, sparkling wine, toast for New Year's. Singer and entrepreneur John Rich balances music and the growth of his Redneck Riviera brand. Regulatory sandboxes give states an edge attracting innovation and investment. Zip-in targets 100 checkout-free airport stores to rival Amazon. Keenan Allen is solid, the catch is the LA Chargers' playoff hopes are slipping through their hands. Sequoia mints new unicorn startup in Indian consumer products company Honasa. The Lost Daughter, The Art of Dressing Olivia Colman and Dakota Johnson in Athens' best vintage. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,754,643,954 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Every Marvel Studios movie and Disney Plus project in 2022 and beyond. Queen of the Universe winner on $250,000 prize, better healthcare, taking care of parents and a new caramel wig that touches my ass. Morgan Wallen, currently number 1 on hip hop chart, says he'd like to work with Kendrick Lamar. Don't Look Up or How Netflix Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Discourse. Inside the ending of No Time to Die, Daniel Craig and filmmaking team discuss the shocking conclusion. China names Anthony Hopkins the father best international film at Golden Rooster Awards. New movies to watch this week, Jockey, The Lost Daughter. How Archbishop Desmond Tutu's belief in the healing power of forgiveness inspired Mass, guest column. Ted Nugent rails against Rock Wall of Fame for inducting Patti Smith, Grandmaster Flash and Madonna. Munich, The Edge of War Review, George Mackay strives to prevent World War II in a handsome but muted thriller. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The top destination for Biden during his first year in office, Pennsylvania. The COVID antiviral drugs are here but they're scarce. Here's what to know. The story of marriage equality is more complicated and costly than you remember. High winds, severe drought, and warm temps led to Colorado's historic wildfire. Parents selling children shows desperation in Afghanistan. New virus infections driven by Omicron soar to record high in Australia. Asia looks to China-focused trade bloc for virus recovery. Tesla recalls nearly 500,000 cars over possible safety issues. Biden again calls on Putin to de-escalate tensions along Ukraine border. Over 30,000 Coloradans ordered to evacuate as fires overtake their towns. The following headlines are from the week. Climate change is coming for the world's poles. 2021, the year of. The year's best photojournalism. What I got wrong in 2021. CDC recommends avoiding cruise travel, warns the chance of getting COVID-19 is very high. FDA to reportedly expand booster eligibility to those between 12 and 15 next week. I thought Trump would go away in 2021. I was wrong. Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving says he wasn't prepared for the consequences of not being vaccinated. Putin requests Thursday call with Biden amid ongoing Ukraine tensions. Tesla is recalling nearly 500,000 cars. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Are the poor subsidizing the University of Texas? These are the news headlines for today, Friday, December 31st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The next news is from Politico. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. Biden-Putin call ushers in new phase of diplomacy. Peter Thiel, Donald Trump Jr. to co-host fundraisers for Cheney Challenger. Marines kick out 206 troops for refusing COVID-19 vaccine. U.S. unemployment claims drop to 198,000. J&J's booster shown effective against COVID hospitalization. I thought I knew Harry Reid. I was wrong. Former GOP congressman faces Trump squeeze in key Senate race. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Omicron threatens new economic slide for women. Opinion 4 ways TV wrestled with the weirdness of 2021. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Despite the heat and record COVID-19 cases, crowds descend on the city to welcome 2022. New Year's Eve Live, celebrations kick off after NSW records 21,151 cases of COVID-19, more than 5,000 cases in Victoria. New Year's Eve ready for blast-off. Sydney quiet as revellers prepare to ring in the new year. Summer highlights, 10 questions with Queensland Deputy Cho Peter Aitken. Queensland tree clearing figures spark another debate, review. Cho hopeful Queensland can surf current wave out of the pandemic. There is one number on which history will judge Pulaskazuk. A new year and a new look for home, the weathered mansion of Brisbane. Head to miss test with COVID but CA has no plans for Ashes bubble in Sydney. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. I'm going to lose my mind. 2021, a year of air rage, cancelled flights, harried airline staff and Omicron, and it's not over yet. Dow Jones Newswires, ExxonMobil says higher gas prices to boost profits by as much as $1.1 billion. NerdWallet, will Medicare pay for a lift chair? Maybe. Here's how it works. Kelly Blue Book, should you get an SUV or a minivan? Here's a mom's advice. Next Avenue, we think it's cognitive engagement. A study finds that delaying retirement may help ward off dementia. Dow Jones Newswires, IKEA set to hike prices. CDC warns Americans to avoid cruise ships, even if they're vaccinated. What could go wrong? Yikes, quite a bit. Zooey Chanel's latest home purchase could be a risky gamble, here's why. Dow Jones Newswires, China manufacturing gauge rises in December, beating expectations. Dow Jones Newswires, South Korea's inflation averages 2.5% in 2021, a decade high. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Another spin of the reels, Australian full federal court finds electronic gaming machine to be patent ineligible, intellectual property, Australia, Mondac News alerts. Patenting software-based medical devices, Part 2, Intellectual Property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Leonhardt Ventures files patent for bioelectric diabetes reversal treatment via FAB4 regulation and Clotho regulation, Biospace. IP litigation in 2022, trade secrets, artificial intelligence, biointerchangeables and, maybe, Section 101 clarity, law.com. January, movers and shakers, Columbia Business Times. A quick guide to licensing in Tajikistan, intellectual property, Tajikistan, Mondac News alerts. What did Nikola Tesla invent? The U.S. Sun. Germany sees significant rise in patent applications for air taxis, amid.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. American Eagle just bought its second supply chain company. Tesla is recalling almost as many vehicles as it delivered last year. Where are India's electric vehicle charging stations? Americans will be forced to draw down their savings in 2022. Hoped for a West African single currency fade as Ghana and Nigeria launch digital money. Ghislaine Maxwell convicted. Fighting 4% of emissions. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. DHS, ICE begin body camera pilot program with surprisingly good policies in place. Remembering Tech Dirt contributors Sherwin and Elliott. DC Metro PD's powerful review panel keeps giving bad cops their jobs back. Missouri governor still expects journalists to be prosecuted for showing how his admin leaked teacher social security numbers. Oversight board overturning Instagram takedown of ayahuasca post demonstrates the impossibility of content moderation. Daily Deal, Zen Wireframe Pro. Internal documents show Huawei is staying on the cutting edge of oppression tech. Dish's hyped 5G network, and fix for T-Mobile's Sprint merger, is looking rather skimpy. Chinese government arrests more pro-democracy icons in Hong Kong, including music stars. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Cobra Kai Season 4. 76ers vs Nets. New Year's Eve. Michigan football. Tiffany Hale Mickey Mouse Club. Mario Chalmers. Wisconsin football. Dan Rather. Vin Diesel. Colorado fire. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Former Reagan advisor reveals why she's getting a Russian passport. Israel boosts long-range strike capability with U.S. deal. Poll on most popular books reveals surprising trend. Mystery shrouds death of MMA fighter, 25, after body is found in woods. The city was wiped off the face of the earth, how modern Russia's bloodiest battle unfolded on New Year's Eve. Russia keeps stockpiling gold and foreign currency. Is Belarus preparing for life after Lukashenko? IKEA to hike prices by nearly 10%. Man City star Cancelo reveals facial scars after cowards rob his home. U.S. shooter's novels contain spoilers of his future real murders. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. French tennis star Benoit Paire rages after testing positive for COVID for 250th time. U.S. sends 2 spy planes over Ukraine to assess troop buildup on both sides. Africa's poised for a Bitcoin revolution in 2022. France faces power blackouts in next cold snap, grid operator warns. UK inches closer to eliminating private car ownership. Central Intelligence Agency experimented on 100 SF orphans, torturing them to reveal psychopathic traits, report. The companies that define 2021. Cruise ships exposed COVID fear-mongering deception in 2020 and expose vaccine efficacy deception now. Smash and grab robbers steal $1.5 million from luxury Palm Beach handbag shop. The COVID narrative is insane and illogical, and maybe that's no accident. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Tunisia's Ennahda party says senior official detained. 4 soldiers killed in raid on Pakistan Taliban hideout. Hong Kong says Omicron has spread locally despite strict rules. Telling indigenous stories, I'm fighting to be heard. Why is there still no justice for Emmett Till? Can cutting meat consumption save the planet? Are we running out of time to save the Amazon rainforest? Indonesia to ratify RCEP in 2022, Economic Minister. Korea's ex-president Park freed after nearly 5 years in prison. How the world plans to celebrate New Year under COVID cloud. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Cook political report projects GOP is favored to win House majority in 2022. AOC staffer, Israel a racist European ethno-state built on stolen land. Prosecutors end criminal case against Jeffrey Epstein's guards. New York Governor Hochul declares racism a public health crisis. MSNBC's Hayes, the right keeps losing the culture and winning the culture war. MSNBC's Hassan, 21 million Americans are open to using force to restore the presidency to Donald Trump. Weingarten, with testing, we'll probably be able to have lots of places open but with pauses. Jake Tapper silent as child exploitation squad investigates former producer. Education Ceci Cardona, students in school, full-time should be default but short-term closures might be needed at times. Education Ceci Cardona, we've had school closures due to poor policies like not mandating masks. The next headlines are from UPI News. Families winning lottery ticket nearly given away as Christmas gift. Watch, Bears try to open front door of Florida home. Student balances soccer ball on knee for 6+ minutes to break record. Look, unusual phenomenon causes fish to rain from sky in Texas town. British bank Santander accidentally pays out $175 million to customers. Look, 2 emus escape from Pennsylvania farm, 1 recaptured. British family earns Guinness World Record for most albino siblings. Look, hungry badger rescued from resident's compost bin in England. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Best 2021 medical breakthroughs, cures and dramatic treatments for cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes and more. Major turning point in 2021 saw global shipping take massive steps to reduce emissions. Check out the greatest snowflake photos ever taken with vividly high resolution. Exquisitely preserved embryo found inside fossilized dinosaur egg. Couple buys real-life cottage from the holiday without realizing, now tourists are showing up to share in the joy. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, December 31st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Cats blamed for more than 100 house fires in South Korea. Chicago woman quarantined in airplane bathroom for 3 hours after testing positive for COVID-19 mid-flight. Wisconsin Badgers accidentally shattered trophy while celebrating Duke's Mayo Bowl win. South Carolina coach Shane Beamer gets mayonnaise dumped on his head after Duke's Mayo Bowl win. Accused of refusing aid to disabled kids, a Florida agency responded by hiring a PR guru. Florida neighbors found dead in murder-suicide after war over floodlights. Afghan ex-President Ghani defends decision to flee the country. Potatoes airlifted to Japan to ease French fries shortage. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. 8-year of battery-powered scooters fighting F-word with riders and government crackdowns. Scientists created a biological quantum circuit in grisly experiment with tardigrades. How electric trucks became all the rage this year. 5 key traits of a boot camp that's worth your time. What's in store for e-bikes in 2022? Wild Theory says the Big Bang wasn't the beginning. Step by step, how to grow a company culture. The following headlines are from Science Daily. High-resolution lab experiments show how cells eat. Leveraging space to advance stem cell science and medicine. Possible chemical leftovers from early Earth sit near the core. Scientists retool CAR T cells to serve as micropharmacies for cancer drugs. Cancer deaths rose to 10 million worldwide in 2019. The next headlines are from Information Week. Will the democratization of technology accelerate progress in AI? December 2021 Global Tech Policy Briefing. Steal these use cases, 2021's technology wins in the enterprise. What to expect, it says 2022, the human side of innovation. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, December 31st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Update, NASA plans coverage of Webb Space Telescope deployments. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Samsung says its foldable shipments increased fourfold in 2021. Building the world's brightest X-ray laser. Fireworks could fizzle out as drones rise in popularity for New Year. Sugar additive trehalose could have helped spread dangerous superbug around the U.S. Approval for AMD's $35 billion Xilinx acquisition slips to 2022. Boston Dynamics stretch can move 800 heavy boxes per hour. Using the oceans to store CO2 could help avoid climate catastrophe. Apple shifted 2 Chinese suppliers to cut costs and curry favor with Beijing, report finds. Sega left one of its European servers wide open. University loses 77 terabytes of research data due to backup error. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis area universities add new COVID rules amid surge. Man accused of stabbing wife to death, shooting himself at fluorescent home. Remembering St. Louis art legend John Bills. Truck driver's 110-year sentence dramatically cut down. Missouri governor will allow COVID-19 state of emergency to expire. Deputy shoots man who allegedly shot his mother in Lincoln County. The new year will bring ice, snow, and cold to Missouri. St. Louis street unexpectedly drops, diverting I-70 traffic to another exit. One Illinois officer dead, another injured in hotel shooting, police search for suspects. New Illinois law to ban pets from abusers. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Diabetic who caused deadly wrong-way crash hack normal blood sugar, report finds. Military family seeking treatment crashes Tesla into barrier at Naval Medical Center. Memorial grows for crew killed in East County Learjet crash. Negotiations continue in Republic Services strike as residents left to dump their own trash. Free rides, extended service available to San Diego travelers on New Year's Eve. San Diegans urged to scale back New Year's Eve celebrations amid COVID surge. Captain, executive officer of San Diego-based Navy ship fired. CHP, maximum enforcement period begins Friday afternoon for New Year's weekend. San Diego Airport, how Terminal 1 redevelopment project will impact parking. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Taiwan rolls out digital vaccine certificates recognized by 60 countries. What to watch ahead of China's 20th Party Congress, according to Damian Ma. Russia might invade Ukraine, what will China do? I spent 2021 trying to visit every museum in Beijing. Notable China books of 2021. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, December 31st, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Bar owners not happy with to-go cocktail law. Cat snatched from car in San Francisco smash and grab. What precautions you should take to keep yourself safe from Omicron. Colorado's Marshall Fire already most destructive in state's history. Bay Area gym owners adjust to mask mandate changes. Death cap and destroying angel mushrooms are growing, East Bay Park officials warn. New California laws will change who can become a police officer. San Francisco School District discusses how to provide COVID testing before students return. Caltrans warns against traveling to Sierra Nevada. Safe injection sites will be crack houses with a different name, prosecutor says. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Asian shares mixed in scant New Year Eve trading. Thorne leads number 11 Spartans past number 13 Pitt in Peach Bowl. Inside the X's and O's of what's needed to secure the Bears' move to Arlington Heights. Top suburban story of 2021, how the Arlington Park sale to the Bears was years in the making. Number 3 Louisville shakes off lengthy break, routes BC 79-49. Pritzker asks hospitals to halt non-emergency surgeries, save beds for virus patients. Palatine man charged in hit and run. Illinois records 30,386 new COVID-19 cases, most ever in one day. McHenry County allowed to keep holding ICE detainees for now. State lawmakers slash January legislative session due to COVID-19 surge. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Tiger shot in Florida zoo attack came from Seattle's Woodland Park Zoo. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Belize, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua. Drought is ongoing in Bangladesh, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, December 31st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Record highs today, freezing temps on the way. Video shows apocalyptic scene as thousands evacuate due to wind-whipped wildfires in Colorado. 16-year-old shot in apparent drive-by, shooters on the loose. Texas-based Kendra Scott rings up dazzling new Disney World boutique. Houston area hospitals facing staffing shortages as Omicron quickly spreads. Colorado governor reduces sentence to 10 years for truck driver facing 110 years in fatal crash. The countdown is on for 2022, don't be a loud New Year's Eve neighbor. Houston doctors ask you to stay home and avoid gatherings for New Year's Eve. With Houston's homicide rate up by 18% since last year, families are looking back on a tough year. Popular Bel Air restaurant reopens after being shut down due to COVID. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Germany shuts down half of its remaining nuclear plants. Hive updates, infection soar in Australia driven by Omicron. World shares mixed in scant New Year's Eve trading. New virus infections driven by Omicron soar in Australia. Hive updates, Israel begins administering fourth vaccine dose. Column, another socially distanced newbie awards for 2021. Allen, Wisconsin hold off Arizona State in Las Vegas Bowl. Cathay Pacific suspends cargo flights due to virus controls. Packers Loeffler thrives by giving freedom to staff, players. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Photos, NYC says goodbye to East River Park. MTA continues service cuts as Omicron fuels worker shortage. Mayor-elect Eric Adams to keep vaccine mandate for private employers. Lincoln Center is reckoning with its racist history. How to find a COVID test for NYC school kids before classes resume on January 3rd. Times Square New Year's Eve confetti gets its annual test drive. New York City's at-home COVID positives go unreported and unsupported. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. 2021 Year in Review, Celebrating UN Values in Action. Grave violations surge for children in conflict. 2021, a good year to listen in. Sudan, food looted in Darfur, 730,000 people left without. 2021 Year in Review, Climate Action, or blah, blah, blah. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Does this photo show a genius D-Day invention? Was Kellogg's removed from Pop-Tarts in response to boycott? CDC warns against cruises, regardless of vaccination status. Did pregnant wife find something in oven after husband left her? U.S. children hospitalized with COVID in Iraq record numbers. Yes, IRS asked taxpayers to claim stolen items and illegal income. Virus postpones Westminster Kennel Club's annual dog show. Schwarzenegger and Shriver divorce final after 10 years. Did NASA fund theological research to study how humans would react to extraterrestrial life? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The 11 best movies of the year, from wild sex with a car to the Shiva from hell. Here's why California is losing population for the first time. What's with all the singing in Emily in Paris Season 2? How MAGA media dead enders what for scraps in Trump's wake. Guy Fieri, Kelly Clarkson, and the pop culture comfort food that kept me sane this year. Please take a moment from your vacation, Ron DeSantis, and reassure Florida. Cobra Kai Season 4 is as subtle as a roundhouse kick to the face. How Roe v. Wade became a godsend for the religious right. Will Liz Cheney or Mitch McConnell save America from Russia? Ring in the new year with our biggest scoops of 2021. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Will Omicron surge spell disaster for NYC restaurants on New Year's Eve? The baseball players and trends you love to hate, but sometimes shouldn't. Let this genius robot vacuum tidy up, now on sale for over $240 off. The New York Post covers that define 2021. New York gets lucky as New Year's Eve weather forecast predicts huge winter storm for central U.S. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Ask Astro what fuel do spacecraft use to explore the distant solar system? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. NASA's Artemis 1 rocket prepares for first test flight. Human-caused climate change and pollution devastating Florida ecosystems. The following headlines are from military.com. Defense Secretary taking more authority for use of DC Guard. Biden, Putin talk nearly an hour as alarm rises over Ukraine. Military docs, nurses and therapists rush to local hospitals hit by Omicron surge. 5 Korea and Vietnam veterans are now eligible for Medal of Honor. The Marine Corps is rapidly forcing out vaccine refusers, as promised. VA's coronavirus cases reach all-time high. 35 incredible photos from a chaotic year for the U.S. military. Ex-Afghan president says he had no choice but to flee Kabul. Hundreds of Afghans denied humanitarian entry into U.S. South Korea have draft declaration to end Korean War. The following headlines are from phys.org. Alaska faces ice Magellan's temperature swing wildly. Elusive atmospheric molecule produced in a lab for the first time. Hundreds of homes feared lost in Colorado wildfires. Australian icebreaker maps deep-sea mountain. New study brings us one step closer to growing human organs for transplantation. High-resolution lab experiments show how cells eat. Speeding up directed evolution of molecules in the lab using a new robotic platform. More hurricanes likely to slam Connecticut and region due to climate change, says study. Officials declare California oil spill cleanup complete. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, December 31st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. A new West under climate change, a rampaging winter wildfire. Picturing the ancient moon. From solstice to solstice, 183 days of the home planet as seen from space. Champagne bubbles, the science. Looking back at an eventful 2021 in volcanic eruptions. The asteroid that doomed the dinosaurs gave rise to South American rainforests. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Kranjska Gora to host World Cup races called off in Maribor. A moral giant, South Africans pay their respects to Tutu. Military, 4 Pakistani soldiers, 2 militants killed in raids. Youths want world to get loud for Jordan, low at Rose Bowl. Grieving Kelly makes emotional return to Colts headquarters. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, December 31st, 2021. Horoscopes December 31st, 2021, Val Kilmer, Control Your Emotions. Word Game, December 31st, 2021. Authorities, Northern California man arrested on his way to D.C. had hit list that included Biden, Obama and others. Suspects, victims identified in Monterey County double homicide. Maggie Gyllenhaal discusses directing the film of Elena Ferrante's The Lost Daughter. Late night intruder forces Santa Cruz family to hide in home. Ask Amy, why should a 9-year-old sports rule the family schedule? Colorado governor reduces 110-year prison sentence for trucker convicted in fatal crash to 10 years. Electric car buying, what you need to know now and in the future. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Quebec to reimpose 10 p.m. nightly curfew. Colorado governor shortens truckers' 110-year prison sentence to 10 years. West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin among Courage Award honorees by Catholic political group. President Joe Biden, Russia's Vladimir Putin confer for 50 minutes in phone call about Ukraine. Delaware governor announces new state of emergency. Judge sides with law enforcement in pipeline protest suit. Virginia Attorney General Mark Herring sues town of Windsor over alleged discriminatory policing. Brandon Brown to drive Let's Go, Brandon-themed car. President Biden, Vladimir Putin hold call as tensions mount over Ukraine crisis. Inside the Beltway, crime panicked wealthy now want guns. The next headlines are from The Intercept. She helped expose secret UAE-run prisons in Yemen, and paid a steep price. Innocence isn't enough, Arizona urges the Supreme Court to send Barry Jones back to death row. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, December 31st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. One dead, 17-year-old among 2 injured after crash in Humboldt Park. 15-year-old girl among 11 wounded in citywide shootings Thursday. Michael O'Brien's holiday tournament notebook. Horoscope for Friday, December 31st, 2021. Jalen Griffith, Simeon Sparkle in Pontiac Championship game win against Curie. Bradley police officer killed in motel shooting always aim to be a cop to make a difference. How to spend New Year's Eve at home. Who's plan B versus Giants if Justin Fields is out? Bears keep it mysterious at QB. Is T.E. Cole Kmet good? Answer remains murky amid Bears' offensive struggles. As Chicago ends deadliest year in quarter of a century, Top Cop promises more detectives and more positive interactions in neighborhoods. The next headlines are from the Times of India. COVID, can India cut down isolation and quarantine time? Live, New Zealand welcomes New Year 2022 with fireworks. Mumbai bans people from visiting public places from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Ganguly discharged, to remain in home isolation. In pics, COVID shadow over New Year celebrations in Mumbai. GST tax hike on textiles put on hold. Explainer, T-cells stands on guard against Omicron as antibodies fail. Why mobile users in India may have to pay more in 2022. Steps to protect your child if you test positive for COVID. Mutter app, 10 important things the app allows you to do. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, December 31st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Texans try to extend winning streak in San Francisco. Houston producers providing the soundtrack for the industry. Things to do, the best things to eat and drink in Houston this weekend. Top artists coming out of Houston for 2021. Deshaun Watson saga tops list of top 2021 Texans stories. Preview, the lifespan of a fact at fourth wall. This year in Houston music. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston. The next headlines are about world records making news. Guinness record, tastiest burger, Falk re-elected and more, September 2021 Steinbachinline.com, Steinbachonline.com. Chinese artificial sun sets new world record, X. From the tallest woman to the biggest sandcastle, these world records were broken in 2021, USA Today. World sees in the new year despite COVID restrictions as party spirit overcomes Omicron concerns, Daily Mail. U.S. records more than 512,500 average daily COVID cases and breaks world record second day in a row, Daily Mail. 2021 sports stories, nil passes, Olympics, Astros win World Series, Deseret News. Shristi breaks own record for fifth Guinness record, the Hitavita. U.S. sets new record for daily COVID cases as Omicron spreads across country, The Guardian. Kenilworth resident competes for Guinness Book of World Records, tapinto.net. Student balances soccer ball on knee for 6+ minutes to break record, UPI News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Let's Go Brandon Cryptocurrency sponsors the Brandon that started it all. Goodbye BlackBerry, we really mean it this time. Doctor Strange 2's release date shift changed Spider-Man, No Way Home's plot. It's December, and Colorado is living through its most destructive wildfire in history. University loses valuable supercomputer research after backup error wipes 77 terabytes of data. Texas scientists are sharing the design for their new, cheap COVID-19 vaccine. Supply chain woes have come for IKEA's prices. Jason Reitman explains the care that went into Ghostbusters, Afterlife's biggest surprise. The Nerds Watch, Best Sci-Fi, Fantasy, and Horror streaming in January 2022. Florida cop shot and killed an endangered Malaysian tiger that was mauling a zoo worker. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Rivadavia in Argentina at 114.8 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ojmyshkin in Russia at minus 66.64 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 54.8 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Researchers built a gecko bot to study how geckos glide and crash land. New data on using J&J vaccine to boost itself. Children's hospitals are filling nationwide in a tidal wave of Omicron. End of the line finally coming for BlackBerry devices. Tesla is recalling over 475,000 Model 3 and Model S vehicles. Extreme weather could be as expensive as investing in cutting carbon ASAP. Say cheese for the Xiaomi 12 Pro smartphone's monstrous camera. Ars Technica's favorite films in 2021, whether projected or streamed. The following headlines are from Raw Story. U.S. drops charges against guards on duty when Epstein committed suicide. Fast-moving wildfire tears through hundreds of homes in Colorado. South Carolina school resource officer accused of choking 12-year-old student unconscious. RNC blasted for attacking Biden's Delaware vacations after ignoring Trump's golf outings. Pro-Trump tech billionaire will team up with former president in effort to unseat Liz Cheney, report. Mike Lindell lashes out at fans who are revolting against his failed Trump reinstatement predictions. Viral video shows families frantically evacuating Chuck E. Cheese as Colorado wildfire approaches. Trump is headed for a legal blowout at hands of January 6 committee, CNN legal analyst. Ex-DNI prosecutor calls upon old office to reopen Trump inauguration probe before January deadline. Ghislaine Maxwell has lost all her leverage. It's too late for her to flip on Epstein's associates, analyst. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Hero, Chris James, the Canadian comedian triggering right-wing talk radio hosts. 2021, farewell to a stupid year. Monster, Yos Marinho, and his fans. Our readers thought these were the best books they read in 2021. Can you be white passing even if you aren't trying? The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Samsung aiming to wow tech world with new innovations at CES 2022, Business Standard. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Transcranial stimulation of alpha oscillations upregulates the default modes network, pnas.org. Mindfulness exercises for anxiety are the best thing you can do in 2022, Mashable. Clinical value and potential of dexmedetomidine, Dove Medical Press. Highlights from a landmark year in psychedelic science, New Atlas. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. W. Blinded Sound 850-997, Blinded by Sound. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, December 31st, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO UAP stalwart and former Senator Harry Reid has died. Analysis of Council Bluffs UFO UAP debris. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, December 31st, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.